Erin was fighting for the victims' rights, but the company threw them a curveball. They'd only go to court if 90% of the plaintiffs agreed to a class action lawsuit. Erin needed 600 signatures out of 634 victims. Erin could recite every single phone number and name from memory. She knew them better than her own birthday. She and her boss reached out to the victims, telling them they had to stick together. There was no precedent for a case this big in American history. Back in 1978, there was a similar industrial waste pollution case, and those victims still hadn't seen a dime. Many people were moved by Erin's dedication and signed the authorization forms, but they were still 150 signatures short of what they needed for court. Erin went door to door, tirelessly explaining what was at stake, trying to convince people to sign. Fighting for these victims meant sacrificing her entire personal life. She missed dinner with her kids and wasn't there when her daughter said her first words. Her 3 children grew more resentful by the day. Even the blonde neighbor had given up, telling her, "Just hire a nanny. You don't need me anymore." Erin was heartbroken, but she told him she couldn't quit. For the first time in her life, she felt like she mattered. She wasn't just someone's sexual fantasy, she was someone people needed. She'd spent the first 30 years of her life revolving around men, marrying them, having their babies. Now, finally, she felt like she was living as herself. Late one night, Erin dragged herself into a bar. Exhausted, she noticed a man watching her from the shadows. She figured he was just another creep, but then he said he knew what she was doing and wanted to help. Turns out he was a former power company employee whose job had been to destroy pollution records. He provided the smoking gun, proof that the power company knew the water was toxic all along but chose to cover it up. With this key witness testimony, Erin kicked her evidence collection into high gear. Together with the victims, they took the power company to court. The judge ruled in Erin's favor. The power company had to pay the victims $333 million. It was the largest settlement in U.S. history at the time. When Meredith got her settlement, she hugged Erin in disbelief, crying and thanking her for everything. The case made the boss's firm famous overnight. He handed Erin a check, saying it was all her wages, though it might be different from what she expected. Erin started cursing him out, then looked down and saw it was for $2 million. Her boss asked with a grin, "Didn't anyone teach beauty queens how to apologize?" Erin became a partner at the firm and never had to worry about money again. Her kids and the blonde neighbor finally understood what she'd been fighting for. This woman had more than just good looks. She had a kind heart and the kind of courage most men could only dream of. This movie is based on a true story, recreating 99% of the actual details. The heroine went from being a struggling single mom at the bottom of society to becoming a household name in America as a champion for justice. She overcame obstacles most people couldn't even imagine. Anyone can be their own hero.